I'm Ash with Cool Kids Knit, and today I will be showing you the long tail cast on method using Sierra Yarns Andean Solid. There's many different ways to cast on stitches to begin knitting, but this is the best way in my opinion. Let's say our pattern instructs us to cast on 14 stitches. I prefer to eyeball it, but I'll show you a more exact way to cast on 14 stitches. So the long tail cast on method gets its name because you're going to have a long tail to essentially cast on your stitches with. So this is a way to measure how many stitches to cast on. So I'm going to put my needle under my yarn, hang on to it like that, and I'm going to wrap the yarn around how many stitches to cast on, just to measure how long the tail should be. So if my pattern says 14 stitches, I'm going to loop it around 14 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I know my tail should be at least this long. I'm going to add a few extra inches just in case. So now that we have the length of the tail, I'm going to do a slip knot. This is how I do a slip knot. So with my index finger, I'm going to wrap the yarn around it, pinch those two pieces together like that, and then take my long tail, put a little loop inside, and pull it through. Boop, just like that. I'll do it one more time if that was a little too fast. And pull those ones down. There is your slip knot. Now I'm going to take my knitting needle and insert through the loop. And with my two pieces of yarn, I'm going to tighten it around my needle, just like that. Once we have our slip knot on our needle, we are going to want to make sure that our long tail is in the front and our yarn holding the ball is in the back, just like that. First thing we're going to do is use our left hand, and with my 3 back fingers here, I'm going to wrap it around both yarns. And with my index finger and my thumb, I'm going to place them inside the 2 strands of yarn to open, just like that. So again, with our 3 fingers, we're going to wrap them around both yarns, and with our index finger and our thumb, we're going to open the 2 strands, just like that. When you're ready to cast on, you want your left hand to face towards you, so this diamond shape is faced in your direction. So the first thing we're going to do is take our right needle and bring it down and touch it to the thumb. Pick up this piece of yarn right here, bring it up, and we're going to turn our hand slightly in this direction, and then bring this yarn here through the loop and pull it through. And then we're going to pull both strands down. And that's how we cast on a stitch. I will show you again by casting on all 14 stitches, but I do recommend getting familiar by holding your yarn strands and just having patience and understanding that just like anything, it takes practice, and soon before you know it, it's going to be muscle memory and you'll be casting on quickly and easily. So again, we're going to want that diamond shape facing you, and with your right needle, touch down to your thumb, pick up that yarn, move your hand around, have your needle wrap around the second strand of yarn and bring it through that loop. There's 3. And again. There's 4. And like I mentioned, just like everything, it takes practice and it takes time, but once you get the hang of it, it gets really easy. So the diamond's facing you, bring that needle down, grab that yarn, twist your hand, Grab that second strand of yarn, pull it through that loop, and pull your strands down. Don't pull too tight because otherwise your tension will be too tight and it's going to be too difficult to grab the yarn. Now I use my right index finger to hang on to these stitches here so they don't slip off of the needle. It's kind of a place to secure them. Let's see how many we have. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we'll keep going nice and slow so you can really get the hang of it. So the needle down, touch your thumb, bring that loop up, and through. Okay, we have 12, so now just 2 more. $13 and $14. Now we still have a long tail left over. I actually prefer to have a nice amount of yarn left over so I can weave it into my piece and hide it very nicely. So with this piece, you're just going to ignore it moving forward and you're just going to knit using the yarn attached to the skein. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you have any other questions or concerns, go ahead and leave them down below. Otherwise, happy knitting.